Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Solasen and this is the Untamed Oracle. So if you clicked on this message is for you. The Queen of Swords keeps coming out. So you can see the Queen of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords energy, I'm tapping into somebody who didn't harden. You actually leveled up. And you are no longer the same person that you used to be. You used to be a lot more of a people pleaser. You used to be, if you're familiar with nervous system responses, you fawned instead of kind of like speak the truth. But you have moved away from that energy and you are now more into the Queen of Swords energy. You leveled up. So this card shows up when you have crossed a threshold that you can't uncross. And I'm pulling up some more cards here, more tarot. But you can't uncross what you have achieved now. With the Chariot, it's coming in with determination, with authority, this energy. And you see too clearly to pretend anymore. You have moved out of confusion, and the sword of truth is what is leading you. So I'm going to ask Spirit, what level has the collective actually reached? What level has the collective reached? Oh, you guys are going to not believe this. I pulled this out again. The Queen of Swords. You have, that is insane confirmation. Hold on. I need to take a moment. Wow. I was shuffling the whole deck and the Queen of Swords popped out. When I asked that question, what level have you actually reached? Do you know how rare that is for a person to successfully and actually embody the true meaning of this energy? We have a lot of ideas about what this energy means, but it's often wrong. I think a lot of people think that Queen of Swords energy is, where you're cold, that you've stopped caring, that you're harsh, but it means that you've actually just stopped confusing caring with self-abandonment. So let's just digest that for a minute. I'm going to pull some more cards, and messages from Spirit. You're moving with new power and authority in your life. You didn't lose empathy. You lost tolerance for distortion. The Sun. You see things clearly. You shed light on the shadow. And that gives you an authority with the Chariot card too. And you cross on the bottom of the deck. I get the Death card. You cause complete transformation for people with your clarity. And this is a new energy that you have moved into with this level up. That is amazing growth. That is amazing growth. You've lost tolerance for distortion. I feel like I just need to plaster this in the screen. I wish I could just prop it up because this is the theme. Wow. Okay, what did the collective... I'm going to actually use the Witch's Tarot for a minute because I had a couple cards just fall on the floor and I want a full deck. So, I have a hair in my mouth. There we go. What did the collective stop tolerating when they leveled up? What did the collective stop tolerating when they leveled up? Ooh, this is heartbreak, a betrayal. People like opening up your heart to the wrong people who are just gonna stab you in the chest with their sword. You stopped tolerating that. You recognize patterns. That's the thing. Okay. You have learned how to separate intention from behavior. you have, because people will say, oh, I didn't mean to, or I have good intention, or do you know me? Like they want you to give them the benefit of the doubt. But you've been watching people's actions and behavior, and you've been clocking the patterns. And you have learned how to discern potential from reality. You no longer merge potential into like this fantasy or this hope of who someone could be. Because yes, people at their core, most people at their core are so amazing and wonderful. But you can't confuse potentiality with actuality. You have to watch how people actually live their lives and move accordingly. And that's what you are embodying. Well done. Well done. And that isn't pessimism. That is actual maturity. Okay. Oh my gosh. You became accurate. You became accurate. Not negative, but just precise. And so I'm going to pull a card and, okay, so I'm going to ask another question to Spirit. Where is the collective seeing things clearly instead of hopefully now? Where is the collective seeing things clearly instead of hopefully right now? I know that's kind of an interesting question. Like, you're seeing things clearly, things that you're stepping into with the Fool energy. So when new opportunities come your way, new people, new positions, new choices, you are seeing with clarity, and you are going internal with the Hermit card to really reflect and think, take time to integrate, to contemplate, because you only want to bring in things that are going to bring you fulfillment. And you know a lot about that now. You've done a lot of work. And people are feeling your energy. I also get that with the 10 of Cups. People are feeling your energy, and people are not happy about what your new clarity and boundaries are meaning for them and their life. They miss the access that you gave to them. They're up at night with the 9 of Swords. They're up at night missing the access. But those are the same people that benefited from you over-explaining, from you giving them second chances, from you providing emotional labor, from you giving them the benefit of the doubt. Because when you have that Ace of Swords energy, that Queen of Swords energy, your clarity removes their leverage to be able to have access to you when they're not showing up with integrity. So they might label you as cold. They might label you as guarded or intimidating, or they might say that you've changed. That's what I'm getting to with some of these cards. And you are having to be on guard, rightfully, because people are feeling a certain way about you right now. And who feels uncomfortable? Who feels uncomfortable with the collective's clarity now? Oh, I'm going to pick that one up because it's calling me. Oh my gosh. I got that 3 of Swords again. And the shadow side. This is like the Devil card. So the people that have stabbed you, the people who have betrayed you, the people who you've exposed their shadow to them by being the sun, the light, they are the ones who feel uncomfortable with your clarity. Oh, you guys. I need another moment here. You can skip the movie forward, the video forward for a second. That is wild. Okay. So, wow. This is a huge upgrade for you. You really have leveled up. You can understand someone completely, and you can love them and empathize with them and understand their origin story, understand their lore, where they came from, and still not give them access to you. And that's not heartless. That's not cold. That's just being discerning. Access to you now requires honesty. It requires consistency. It requires changed behavior. If they want second chances, they have to change their behavior. Not explanation, no more words, because words without changed behavior is just manipulation. So that's all it is. It's not real. I got the Chariot again. You are not taking apologies without action. You want to see forward movement. You want to see change. And you're not just taking someone's word for it anymore. So where are you being asked? Where are you being asked to tighten access? Where are you being asked to tighten access? I got the Chariot again. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards because I feel like there's a more complicated message wanting to come in. Where are you being asked to tighten message? You have a purpose. You have to be discerning with your energy with this new up level, because you have places to go, people to see, things to do. The Strength card, 2 major arcana cards. I'll just show it to you more. So what are you being asked to tighten access to? Six of Wands. Yeah, you have things to do. This is public victory. You're meant to change something, and it's going to require your strength. I don't want you to feel stressed out with that, because that can feel overwhelming to feel like it. And you don't have to, because you're the Queen of Swords and you have the clarity and the discernment. You can go at your own pace. You have integrated a lot of wisdom. I got the Sun again. Your energy, your purity, your creative child, your inner child that has that purity is being asked, you're being asked to protect that. And so you have this victory, so you can move forward with what you're meant to do now, because you've up-leveled. Another sign that you have up-leveled is, I think that this collective that I'm tapping into, you're not explaining yourself anymore. You're not becoming exhausted trying to explain who you are, why you do what you do, why you have the boundaries that you have. You just say what's true and you watch what happens and you respond accordingly. You don't convince, you don't defend, you're not chasing someone's understanding. And that's not withdrawal, that's just learning how to trust yourself. So it's learning how to trust yourself. I got the 2 of Cups, and I was thinking, what will happen for this collective if they keep leaning into that? You're going to find harmonious relationships that are balanced, that are actually reciprocal, not someone tugging on your energy. Resonant relationships that match your new up level. And this could be a romantic partner, but it also could be just any relationship where it's like there's a resonance there. There's a meeting of the frequency. And your heart's going to be opened. Remember, the Queen of Swords isn't about bitterness. Bitterness is reactive. The Queen of Swords is more just self-contained. She doesn't shut down. She sharpens her intuition, her signal. She doesn't build walls per se, but she builds discerning filters, so to speak. So only truth gets through now. Only consistency, integrous action. You'll be patient and you'll wait until you have the insight, until it feels the right action or the right discernment or the right viewpoint. It manifests itself. Only integrity is allowed. What is being filtered out? Of the collective's life at this new level? What is being filtered out? What is being filtered out? I'm going to pull a few cards. Things that are not aligning with your true self. Things that are going to take you off your path to victory. I pulled out those cards again. 6 of Wands and the Sun. This is crazy. Lots of repeated messages. Things that are taking you away from your ultimate fulfillment and happiness. Because here's the thing. We need this Queen of Swords energy, the King of Swords energy, to have the discernment to create the safe container in which our creativity, our heart, our intuition, our soft side, I guess you could say, our relational side can flourish. But if we have people that are not meant to be in our energy field, that are not resonant, that are just taking or stabbing you in the back or the front with swords, you're never going to be able to be in that energy in a responsible way. You're going to be always being wounded and having to recover. And so this energy is important to create the boundaries necessary to protect and to listen to yourself, to have that self-trust, that self-protection, and only allow people who are in alignment with who you are and who can honor who you are. And the clarity is for you. Yes. It's not for changing other people. It's for being able to have the type of people around you and appropriate boundaries and discernment so that your heart can overflow responsibly, not with bleed out on the wrong people. So that clarity is for you. It's not a weapon, it's a compass. And once you trust it, your choices get simpler. Whew. Okay. What choice is coming up in the near future for the collective? Ooh, a King of Swords. The King matches the Queen. Maybe a choice in partnership. Maybe a discernment of maybe the action. The King also is the physical, is the embodied action of this energy. This is the internalized. So you might be cutting people out, making decisions that actually change your external world. And on the bottom of the deck was the Star card. I won't show it because she's not clothed, but healing. And so, wow, you guys, I love this collective that I am connecting to today. Thank you for sharing your energy. Again, if the Queen of Swords resonates with you, if it shows up for you over and over, it's because you have leveled up and you see clearly now. You trust yourself and you're done negotiating with confusion. And that's not hardness, that's just clarity, that's authority, and that's the Queen of Swords. So stay wild, stay sovereign, and stay untamed.